and gentlemen, we want you to stand and we want you to make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here at Knoxville.
Only the best go 3 abreast. It is show time at Williams Grove Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Eldora Speedway, it's showtime!
You got 'em for a breath. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of outlaws.
It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Set to do battle for 30 laps. The green flag is waving.
Hello again. It is MRN Winged Nation presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. We are so glad you joined us talking sprint car racing. Erin, Evernham, and Steve Post, our favorite time of the week, and we have a great program lined up for you. Jason Johnson going to join us to talk about running on the World of Outlaw Tour, and Derek Hagar, after a big win Saturday night in Mississippi, joins us as well. We are glad you have joined us here on the Motor Racing Network. A great program for you this week. Alongside is Erin. How are you?
I'm good. Very
Fantastic.
Good. Yourself?
I am well. I am really well because we've got more and more sprint car racing on the weekend. Okay, and that takes us to our Classic Ink screen printing and embroideries hot topics. One of the hot topics, folks, get ready for it. Tony Watch. Okay. On Friday afternoons, now we know it's certain weekends where he's going to be because he's advertised that, but there's other weekends where we don't know where Tony is going to be, and we had our first Tony Watch Friday when in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, a Tony Stewart transport sighting happened.
Well, I like that. It showed up on my Facebook timeline. It was some, I don't remember, maybe you posted or you reposted
Pete,
it. But
Pete Walton sent it out. Pete Walton sent it out, and we resent it.
I was like, there it is. There's the hauler.
Now we know where Tony is, and then all the chaos ensues with everyone trying to get to Hattiesburg, and then the next night everyone getting to Magnolia. So, I mean, just really, where is Tony? So our one topic of the Classic Ink screen printing is where is Tony? Tony, by the way, third place in Hattiesburg, and looked really good at Magnolia, won the heat race, but a DNF in the feature. So didn't work out as well for him there. Morgan Turpin got the win on Friday night, and Derek Hagar, who we'll talk about, got the win on Saturday night. Our other hot topic, and this came via a press release yesterday, not shocked because it's the second year, but Danny Dietrich is going to do the double. You've got a grimace on your face.
That's just trying to fit a lot in one day. And when you see 62.6 miles in between the two tracks, one starts at 2 p.m., Port Royal starts at 5 p.m.
Yeah. He did it last year.
I'm a little OCD. Even when you're a sprint car driver, I don't know. You got to be there. You got to be when the gates open. Like I would be a little anxious.
He did it last year. And again, it's Saturday afternoon. The double is 2 o'clock, the fabulous Lincoln Speedway, and then at 5 o'clock up at the Speed Palace. And again, it's 62.6 miles. Check that on MapQuest, but Danny's going to do it. One of the really fun things we had last year, we do our Tweet Your Seats, and we share them on our MAV TV show. We had Tweet Your Seats from the Caravan following Danny up the road. So we're going to ask you to do that again. If you're doing the double with Danny or without Danny, if you're doing the double, tweet your seat, send it to us because, well, we're going to be elsewhere and we're going to miss it and we want to be there and we want to be you. So brag to us and do the double. But Linda Cook, our friend from up in New Hampshire, she was tucked right in behind the hauler. She was drafting all the way up there and tweeting as she went. And so we love it. So the other hot topic is Dietrich to do the double. And, of course, then Williams Grove opens up on Sunday. So 3 races in 2 days.
Awesome.
The 3 different tracks.
Dirt Vision this weekend.
Dirt Vision this weekend from Las Vegas. That is too as well. I know. Yeah, exactly. Oh, thank God. We get our Dirt Vision back Thursday and Friday night from Las Vegas with the World of Outlaw Craftsman Sprints. And there you have it. Our Classic Ink screen printing and embroidery hot topics. Classic Ink. Great hats, great shirts, great towels, great hoodies, great whatever you want. Great uniforms for your team as well. Not only racing, but they can do school events, other sports, corporate events. They do it all. You can find out more at www.classicinkusa.com. That's classicinkusa.com. We need to step away. When we come back, the Ragin' Cajun, Jason Johnson, he joins us next.
Find Winged Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center.
Only the best go 3 abreast, and they're coming to a track near you in 2017. No matter where you're at, the American Sprint Car Series is near you.
From the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour, presented by the MAV TV Motorsports Network, to any of the 7 ASCS Regional Tours, there's over 150 nights of racing to to choose from in 2017.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for updates. Listen live on racinboys.com and get the full rundown at ASCSracing.com.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, right on our strength.
Live sports are the one true reality entertainment, where a single dramatic moment can become timeless. In NASCAR, Motor Racing Network's live broadcasts elevate your senses to the sights, sounds, and struggles taking place on the racetrack.
Keselowski to the bottom of the racetrack. He tries to slide up. Newman is there. Sideways is Keselowski.
The power of radio to the imagination of the listener. Tune in to the Motor Racing Network. Visit MRN.com for an affiliate list in your local area.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gordon, and now back to Winged Nation.
Thank you, Jeff. Welcome back. It is MRN Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. We are so glad you joined us, and we love when we get a chance to talk to our first guest. He is the Ragin' Cajun, third year on the World of Outlaw Craftsman Sprint Car Tour. Jason Johnson's on the line. Hello, Jason. Welcome back to Winged Nation.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for having me back on the show.
Well, great to chat with you, Jason. And as we look at the start of the season, I think we're 4 races deep. The good news is you have a win, and you also have, I think, 3 top 5 finishes. How would you assess coming out of the trailer, coming out of the box this season, the speed you have in that 41 car?
Yeah, really, really proud of our JGR Marshall team. The guys are doing an excellent job, and it looks like, all the hard work that the guys put in the off season, it's really paying off.
Jason, you always seemed to me, a threat when you came to the racetrack. When you pulled in, everyone knew you were there. But since Knoxville, it seems almost like a different person. How much has that changed your confidence and helped your whole team's motivation?
Well, I think it was definitely huge. Obviously, that win was probably kind of set the tone. It give our race team the confidence that we could compete with these guys day in and day out. And we all know that Donnie Schatz is the best when it comes to Knoxville Nationals time, and to compete with him, elbow to elbow and race the way we did and make it a fierce battle and come out with a victory at the biggest event. I mean, that was pretty spectacular for our team, and it just really gave our guys a lot of confidence that we could compete with them, and if we do our homework, we need to get to where we could do it night in and night out.
And you mentioned the night in and night out, Jason, and really, I never like asking drivers about other drivers. I'm not big on that, but we all understand the 15 car is the car to beat. Night in and night out, and you're right now the guy that's closer to him than anybody on the tour. You've been able to run with him side by side going back to Knoxville. You picked up the other win of the season that Donnie didn't get. Is it challenging, frustrating, or is that motivating you to have that carrot out there in front of you guys that you're still chasing? And he's a lot closer now than he was a year or so ago.
It's motivation, no doubt.
That's good.
First off, you don't want to take anything for granted. I mean, we're only 4 races into the season, and we know KKR and Gravel and many of the others they're going to pick their game up and be right on our tails if not battling with us. So everybody keeps working harder and harder, but our main focus is that Schatz has been he's been the carrot that everybody's been chasing over the last several years, and Pittman pulled it off in 2013 with the championship, and I really admire Jason Myers for pulling it off 2 years back to back. So it can be done. It just takes a lot of hard work and a lot of resources, and he's setting the bar really high right now, but the first position we got to get to is where we could see him at the end of the race, and we got him within our sight. So now we just need to take it to the next step where we can actually challenge him and put a little pressure on him.
Jason, in your interview after finishing second on Friday night, you mentioned 3 things that caught my eye. You mentioned that you're the best physical shape of your life. Mental condition is good with the having Richard and Jennifer Marshall coming on board. But also you mentioned something about your engine package. Are those 3 things something you really focused on in the off season? And tell us a little bit more about what you meant in that interview.
Yeah, well, with Richard Marshall coming on board, obviously he's very successful in business and structure with people and building confidence. And having Richard as a partner, just as a sponsoring partner over the last couple of years, he's built a lot of confidence into me personally. And so at the point where unfortunately I had the incident where I broke my back and wasn't as healthy. And when I come back, that's when I realized how unhealthy I really was, and I started taking health a lot more serious. So at that point, health become important, and I started working out a lot more and paying attention to what kind of fuel I was putting into my body and what was going on. And with Richard's guidance as well as many others along the way, we just started pulling all our resources together. I mean, Philip's done an excellent job over the winter. He's reached out to the vendors that we believe in, and he's worked with Kistler. He's worked with Tim England on our engine package of where we need to run what motors and what altitude, and he's worked with Maxim on our race cars of what he feels is a confidence package day in and day out, and he's been communicating really good with the guys. So we have a really solid race team, a really solid system right now that everybody knows where they stand, what their part is, and doing a good job. And it allows me to concentrate on where I need to be. And from my standpoint, it gives me a lot of confidence when you show up at the track and they're treating every night as if this is Knoxville Nationals.
When you mentioned the fitness, what goes into your body and working out, but you travel on the road. How does that work? Do you travel with a mini gym? I mean, how do you pull that off while working on or staying on the road and the nomadic lifestyle you have?
Well, it's like anything else. If you want it bad enough, you're going to achieve it. So, and it just depends on what day it is, whether it's a workout day or a cardio day. If it's a cardio day, it's rather simple. Just get out and go for a run. And, with today's technologies and Fitbits and Apple Watches and whatnot, you can record it and you can challenge yourself each and every day to go a little faster, go a little harder, be a little stronger. And as far as getting into the gym, I mean, we stopped off and we're in Las Cruces, New Mexico today, and getting to visit with the MBT team and spend a little bit of time with Royal and his guys. And this morning, they just found a local gym. It was 1.8 miles away, and they were more than happy to have you for the day. So, went and got a couple-hour workout this morning and feeling really good.
That's awesome. So you're in New Mexico, I assume, on your way to Las Vegas. How are you feeling about this weekend? I always thought this was a big, fun event. You had the Cup races next door. You're in Vegas of all places. So how you feel about the track, and what are you expecting this weekend?
Yeah, really good. Our big track program is really strong at the moment. Like I mentioned before, Philip's been working with Kistler, and Kistler builds some amazing power, so we feel really confident in our engine program. So, when we go to the bigger events, we always feel like, we have a lot of speed. And, Vegas has been pretty good to us for the last couple of years. Obviously, the tracks, it could be different from year to year, but the weather's been rather nice this season. So I predict that they're gonna provide us a really nice racetrack with a top and a bottom. And, we just got to make the right decisions throughout the weekend.
Awesome. All right, last question I have for you. Where did the Ragin' Cajun nickname come from? You've had the nickname for as long as I've known you, and Postman and I were talking about before the show, so we want to know where it came from.
Actually, the very first nickname I actually received was from an announcer down in Forest Hill Speedway, and this was quite some time ago, and it was actually the Cajun Sensation. And the Ragin' Cajun evolved a couple of years later when we started traveling a little bit. And Cajun come from living in Cajun country down in Eunice, Louisiana. And I'm not really sure where the Ragin' came from, but there's a Ragin' Cajun Lafayette football team, and I think that might have had a little something to do with it. So cool. It's been something that sticks. It's been rather unique and a great marketing opportunity.
Love it. That's for sure. The Ragin' Cajun, and we appreciate you joining us here on the program. Best of fortune this weekend in Las Vegas and then into California throughout the next month and a half. Jason, thanks for your time and continued success on the tour.
Hey, guys. Greatly appreciate it very much.
There we go. That is the Ragin' Cajun,
Yep.
Jason Johnson. What a great racer he is, man.
He
He's been
is.
fun over the course of time with watching him win the championships on the Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour, and then taking his little team to become a big powerhouse team on the World of Outlaw Trail. Just an amazing climb that this team has had.
Yeah, the first time I think I met Jason was East Bay in 2002, 2002.
Wow,
And we actually parked next to each other and worked together, obviously side by side at the hotel. And I remember from that point on, he's always just been hardworking and so driven.
Yeah, driven for sure, and it's paying off as he is one of the top teams right now in the World of Outlaw Tour, one of the top drivers as well. We need to step away. When we come back, Derek Hagar, he joins us here on the program.
I'm Kerry Madsen, and you're listening to Winged Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Classic Ink USA Screen Printing and Embroidery is constantly testing the limits of custom racewear and specialized embroidery. Headquartered in Western Pennsylvania, Classic Ink holds the highest standard, maximizing your return as well as the ultimate customer satisfaction. From track swag fanwear to quick crew crewwear, Classic Ink has you covered. Their dedicated staff and designers will keep your race team and fans looking sharp. Contact Classic Ink today and get your team ahead of the competition. www.classicinkusa.com. That's Classic Ink, at the track and on your back.
Citywide to countryside, whatever you drive, wherever you go. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading warranty to get you there, no matter where the road takes you. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Hi, I'm Jeff Gordon. Did you know that 43 children are diagnosed with cancer each and every day? That more children die from cancer than any other disease? Athletes of all ages are dedicating their stats to change these stats, and you can too. Visit JeffGordonChildren'sFoundation.org to become a Kick It champion. No matter what sport, you can use your points, laps, or goals to change the odds for kids with cancer. Make your stats really count. Become a Kick It champion.
Hi, I'm Rico Aber, and you're listening to Winged Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
Welcome back. It is MRN Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength. We are talking sprint car racing, and we love when we get a chance to catch up with the next guy. He races, he races all over, a little bit of everything, every place. Picked up the win Saturday night in Magnolia, Mississippi, Columbus, Mississippi, at the Magnolia Speedway with USCS. Derek Hagar is on the line. Hello, Derek. Welcome back to the show.
Man, thanks for having me back.
Well, congratulations on that win. Tell us how you did it Saturday night.
Man, we had a good car. My crew put a good car underneath me. Went out with second quick and hot laps, and we just there's something about Magnolia Speedway that really suits our race team and my driving style. And we were fast in the heat race, and started on pole of the feature, and just try to work through lap traffic the best we could, and pulled off a victory.
Were you a little nervous there with the caution came out with a few laps to go? I mean, you had a pretty stout field. You, Tony Stewart and Morgan Turpin, Terry Gray, Tim Crowley. It was a tough crowd. Were you a little nervous with that last caution?
Yeah, I was a little. We had, like you said, we had a late race caution. Car got spun out right in front of me, and but I got collected in that. So, we escaped that deal, and I was kind of trying to cool my tires off the track. Took a little rubber on the bottom, and I know I didn't want my tires to seal up, and I knew if we could get a good restart and have clean air with 3 to go, and not, miss my marks, I figured I'd be okay. But there's always that chance, right? We're going down or something. But we had a good restart and actually made our fastest lap. I think we gained 3 seconds on that last restart. So I think we're turning 16-second laps, and I think right there at the end we were 13.4. So the car was real good, and we held on for the victory.
It was good. It was fun. Actually, someone was periscoping or Facebook living it, so I actually was watching that, and actually Race Monitor. We had that too, so we were following along pretty closely. It's fun to kind of see what you were doing down there, Derek. I kind of alluded to this at the beginning of the interview. Kind of runs a little bit of everything, a little bit all over the place. What is the plan as you look at the 2017 season?
Just the same as it has been, man. It's this business I got now doing shock work is really taking off. I've got so much to do with this, and then trying to race too. So this weekend I think we got a weekly show at Little Rock, Arkansas at I-30 Speedway, and next weekend we're going to race our midget at DuQuoin Indoor, and then we're going to go try to win again in Kansas. I think they bumped the purse up to $15,000 win this year. Last year we swept the weekend, so hopefully we can carry over some of the momentum from the win this past weekend and towards here going towards the end of the month.
So how big has the DHR suspension business got? I saw you working with Joey Saldana. That's awesome. But I was just quickly scrolling through your social media yesterday. It seems like it's really taken off. Well, tell us a little bit about the business.
It's taken off pretty well. Tyler Swank has been with me from day one, and he always gives me an opportunity to build shocks for him and his race teams, and to be able to work with Ricky Stenhouse and Matt Wood. It's a great opportunity for myself to try to get my name out there even more. We got a pretty good local customer base here in the Memphis area, and we, every day we're getting more and more customers from out of town and people that I've worked with prior to owning my own business. So, it's been one of those things that it's going on its third year, but every day it's growing, and we got good customers that win races, and it makes us look good.
Derek, I'm a radio guy, okay, so I'm not all that smart first off, and I look at the cars and they haven't changed much, although they have, and I look at racing and it hasn't changed much, although it has, and I'm like, a shock absorber is a shock absorber, but what evolves? I'm not asking you to give us your secrets, but what evolves on this? I mean, the level of competition obviously evolves, but what changes to keep those challenges out there for you guys to sort it out?
Well, I mean, you look at the 410 stuff with Outlaws, they got a different tire than what most series run, and them guys are kind of struggling with cars being tight and vice versa. So, we got to kind of work different shock packages, bar combinations, stuff like that. I was fortunate to be able to work a little bit with Ricky Warner some last year, and learn some stuff and kind of got me going more in the right direction with my 410 program. My 360 stuff, what really helps me with that is myself being in the seat. I can relate to the guys and girls and tell them, hey, this is what I feel, this is what I do. And, people say, why do you share your secrets? Well, I share my secrets, but not all racers are the same. So it takes different setups for different drivers. And, it's my job to find them the best package for them.
It's fascinating. It really is. Amazes me the technology involved and what you guys are putting under those race cars is absolutely incredible. Well, Derek, we appreciate your time joining us here. Congratulations on that win. I know there'll be many more throughout the course of the season, so I'm sure we'll catch up. But thanks for joining us here today on Winged Nation.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me. Thanks.
There you go. That's Derek Hagar, driver of that 9 Junior. Derek Hagar Racing Team won the USCS show at Magnolia, Mississippi. And fascinating stuff, the shock absorber stuff. Yeah. And I know that's where all the technology is. Whenever they point at Donnie Schatz and Ricky Warner, they say, it's the shocks, it's the shocks. Yeah. I know that's where the technology is. It just boggles my mind how it's evolved.
It's really amazing. And I haven't really done any shock work since I was racing.
Yeah.
But to know what goes into it and to know as a driver being in the seat how much like a small little shim can change the feel in the car. It's hard to describe, but it's amazing, and I can't imagine how much how far the technology's come since then.
And how competitive the business is. That is for sure. We need to step away. When we come back, more of Winged Nation.
Hi, I'm Rico Aber, and you're listening to Winged Nation on MotorRacingNetwork.com.
For over 50 years, drivers in sprint car, midget, micro, modified, and even dirt late model have taken the checkered flag on Weld Racing Wheels. Legendary drivers like Joe Saldana, Carl, Mark, and Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, and countless other racers have trusted Weld Racing Wheels for their superior strength and lightweight construction to finish ahead of the competition. With 50 years of race-winning engineering and technology, American-made Weld Racing Wheels are designed and built to withstand virtually any abuse you throw at them. Weld Racing, proven speed.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum's newest feature exhibit is our Salute to Champion Sammy Swindell, June 9th through October 15th, at the only museum in the world solely dedicated to sprint car racing, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville, Iowa. Stop in and check out 8 of Sammy's original race cars and see his trophies, uniforms, and more as you learn about his outstanding career. The Salute to Champion Sammy Swindell is only this season at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum in Knoxville. On the racetrack, you can only go as far as your engine can take you. It's the same on the highway. Making a run with a Detroit engine under the hood gives you the industry-leading fuel economy, reliability, and durability your business needs. The Detroit DD13, DD15, and DD16 engine solutions are specifically engineered to make a run as profitable as possible. Don't just want better business solutions, demand them. Learn more at demanddetroit.com.
I'm Kyle Larson, and now I'm Kyle Larson. Now back to Winged Nation with Stephen Kendra. I'm Kyle Larson. Now back to Winged Nation with Stephen Kendra.
Thanks, Kyle. Welcome back. It is MRN Winged Nation. Thought Kyle was going to park it on Sunday afternoon in Atlanta. Just about did, leading the race late. I know, so close, but he's going to get there. You run up front that often. He is going to be there, and he's going to win a lot of races, that's for sure. And that means more money for the sprint car program.
Absolutely.
That's what we're talking about, priorities here. Hey, let's talk a little bit about our friends out in Knoxville, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. We always look at a birthday calendar. Sunday would have been the birthday of Dick Sutcliffe. Monday, Larry Smokey Snellbaker. And how about this? Bill Schindler. Okay, now this is old school sprint car racing. Okay, Bill was from Middletown, New York, which I have fond memories of Middletown with the Orange County Fairgrounds and all the. You have fond memories because there was a racetrack there.
Yes, yes.
I have fond memories because there was fair food at the racetrack.
Well, maybe my memories are both.
Well, there you go. Exactly. Maybe. Yeah, exactly. Because I can tell from your body and my body, fair food.
I do like me some fair food.
Fair food, no fair food. Exactly. Bill Schindler started racing. He was born in 1909, started racing in 1931, sprint cars and midgets. 1936, folks, he lost his left leg above the knee in a champ car wreck out on Long Island. Okay? Continued to race. In mostly an outlaw. He did get in with AAA a couple times, and he actually ran ARDC for a while. But even after losing a leg, ran in the 50, 51, and 52 Indianapolis 500s. But as was often the case in that era of sprint car racing, September of 1952, while leading at Allentown, Pennsylvania, caught a wheel from a lap car a tire came off a lap car and tumbled and tragically lost his life. He is a 1998 inductee into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame, and stories like Bill Schindler are what the Hall of Fame is about and for. Other birthdays, Don Hutchinson today, Wednesday, Bobby Marvin, Thursday, cricket, Craig Keel. Of course, we just lost Craig this past year. Friday, Rex Mays, and Saturday, Benny Rapp. Also, want to give a shout out, Tom Schmay.
Yeah, he's having some little health issues, so we just wish him the best of luck getting everything figured out.
Yeah, he's a curator out there.
Wonderful person.
Yeah, great guy, that's for sure. More information at sprintcarhof.com. That's www.sprintcarhof.com. We love our toy collection, okay? We have the MRN car out here. But this one here, my buddy Tom Book, of course, he fields the car for Danny Dietrich, okay? And he sent this to me, and this is a Jesse Hockett race car.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. You actually knew Jesse.
Yeah, I raced with him a bunch, kind of up and coming at the same time in sprint cars. Wonderful person.
Yeah, indeed. Tragically, way too soon. 26 years old.
Yes.
I'd like to get to working on his car, but on Saturday night, Jesse was inducted into the Central Auto Racing Boosters Hall of Fame out in the Kansas City area. Our buddy Scott Traylor from Racing Boys was actually the one that Jesse's dad called Scott to see if he could accept the award, which was really nice, and I know that meant a lot for Scott. So we're just thinking about Jesse Hockett here, and appreciate Tom Book sending us this race car, another one for our collection here. That's a beauty, that's for sure.
Yeah.
At number 13 machine.
It might disappear.
Oh, no, it might disappear, but it's going my way, not your way.
We tug of war.
Yeah, really, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, hey, coming up later on this week, MRN Winged Nation Weekend by Hefner Racing Products, we're going to talk with Dominic Selzy. Getting ready for the California invasion. He's actually going to Vegas.
Yes.
So we'll talk to Dominic. And then on MRN Winged Nation, presented by Sage Fruit on MAV TV, we're going to talk to Johnny Hollywood Herrera. Lucas Oil ASCS National Tour presented by MAV TV kicks off next week. That's the good news, Erin. We're talking about everything is kicking off. And you mentioned it this week. We're going to start off early with Thursday Night Dirt Vision.
Yes. I get so excited about it. I know it's pathetic, but for this mom who's home a lot,
Well,
Dirt vision is key.
You're the mom who's home a lot. I'm usually in some hotel room, just kind of waiting. What time is Dirt Vision on? Following along, and we had a little bit of that. We were actually riding back on Saturday night from Atlanta. We just did the truck race down there, and Krager was actually down there with us, and Krager and I were comparing and we're watching Race Monitor, and when we could get to Facebook Live, we were able to actually watch part of the race down at Magnolia, because everything else kind of got washed out other than West Coast, Lucas Oil ASCS West Coast stuff, Southern Western Tour. So great stuff, and it is going to be a great weekend. Thanks to Jason Johnson and to Derek Hagar for joining us. More important, though, than all of that, thank you for joining us here on MRN Winged Nation.
You've been listening to Winged Nation, presented by Hercules Tire, ride on our strength. You can also find Winged Nation on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and in the MRN.com Media Center. Winged Nation is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.